This is not going well.
It's going very well.
I think it's going well. Well, we're here finally at the Extreme Mustang Makeover in Franklin, Tennessee. It's Wednesday.
Thursday.
Thursday, sorry.
We lost a day to travel.
We did lose a day to travel. But Casey got here Tuesday?
Yeah, I got to the facility yesterday morning.
Yeah, yesterday morning. And so you could move in yesterday morning at 8 o'clock in the morning, and then you could ride around and see the facility and ride your horse around. And the competition started this morning, so we're sitting here. It's early afternoon on Thursday. So the first thing they had to do was the in-hand class. And Casey, you want to tell us a little bit about what that consisted of and what you had to do in the in-hand?
The in-hand class is to showcase that you have met all tip requirements. Tip requirements are that you can halter your horse, you can lead your horse, of course, brush your horse, pick up all 4 feet and load in a trailer. So the pattern itself was we had to turn it loose in a round pen to show that we could catch it, lead it out to a barrel, brush it, trot in hand to the next stop, back, pick up all 4 feet, and then load into a trailer.
Yeah. And was there around 50?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
49,
I think.
49, and you were 46th to go.
Yes.
So an average run, it was taking about 5 minutes for everybody to get through it. The show started at 8 o'clock this morning.
Yeah.
And if you're hearing extra noise right now, we are actually sitting in the pack stall, back at the stalls. Sandy's right beside us. And we've just sat down here to take a minute and to chat with you guys a little bit and let you know what's going on. So let's talk about your run. Let's start with that. And I'm going to let you and we may be playing that right now. I may play it when you guys are actually listening to this, if you're on the YouTube channel. But I do have some footage, and I'll probably put it up above.
You know, I wasn't thrilled with it. It wasn't. It didn't give me butterflies, but you know, she warmed up good. She was with me, but she's just a super curious horse. And so I turned her loose in the round pen, and she immediately went over to the guy's clipboard that was leaning up against the panel and was nosing it. And I went in, caught her, brought her out. There's a big white barrel, which she was not scared of, but she was super curious about. And so at the white barrel was where we were supposed to stop and brush her. Well, Sandy is really, honestly, she's pretty soft off of the nose, and so I knew it wasn't a situation where I could hold on to the lead rope and be able to move around her to brush her all over. So I utilized her ground tie, which is normally really good, and it wasn't bad today. Like, she didn't leave me by no means, but she did reach over there and was sniffing the barrel and was very curious about the big white thing. Then whenever she did, I just corrected her and went right back to brushing, and she took the correction. I didn't have any problems with how she took the correction. And then we trotted to the cone, and then she saw the trailer, and she kind of bulked on me just a little bit as we were reaching the cone. But we went ahead, we stopped, picked up her feet. She did go on the last foot. She did go to leave just a little bit, but I brought her right back, picked up the last foot. Then we went to load in the trailer, and it wasn't the trailer that she was worried about, but the shavings on the ground. The shavings on the ground caught her off guard just a little bit. But once she committed, and she just kind of moved back and forth on me just a little bit, but I just stayed committed to the trailer. We were going there, and once she committed, she jumped right in and didn't have any issues after that. But she just, I mean, first time amongst all those people, music, an announcer, as far as this big, I guess. And she was just curious about things, about the new things in the arena, because we don't get to go in there. Once they have the class set up, we don't get to take them in there and let them see things. So like the round pen in there was new, the barrel was new, the cone was new, the trailer was new. The judges sitting there was new, and she's just a super curious horse by nature. And that kind of, I say, bit us in the rear. We don't know that yet. We haven't seen the scores. But it just made it to where it wasn't as good as I would have liked to have been.
Right. And now on these preliminary rounds, qualification rounds, if you will, they pay the top 3 holes. Is that right?
Yes.
Top 3?
Yes.
Okay. So each round, so they have the in-hand class, and then this evening at 5:30. At 5, you have a walkthrough, and then at 5:30, they start the
Maneuvers class.
Which what their maneuvers classes are is when they put up signs around the outside, and you'll demonstrate all your gates, and then stop in a reverse on the opposite side, and then come back around the pin. So it's really important that your horse follow the rail and then transition up and down really well. And that will be this evening. It starts at 5 o'clock or 5:30, and you're actually draw number 14. 14.
I'm 14 in maneuvers and 14 in trail.
And 14 in trail. And trail will be tomorrow.
Tomorrow morning. And your draw 14, so that'll be good. Get in and get stuff warmed up, and won't have to wait through 50 horses. Yes.
To go. But what do you think about it, Carrie?
Well, I'm just sitting here thinking through the run in my head this morning, and I know it's easy for a lot of people to sit in the bleachers and think that they know what's going on versus to actually be the competitor in the pen. But it looked to me, the horse never looked afraid. She never looked scared. She just looked, maybe wasn't the most confident. Did you feel like she was actually afraid of things out there, or?
No. The only thing that she was even remotely, I guess, concerned about was the shavings on the ground. Like that was the only thing that I felt concern from her. The barrel and the like everything else, every other, I guess, misstep was all I truly believe about curiosity of what's that?
Yeah. And the shavings, just to let people know, so they had a trailer that you had to load in with the door swung open. It was a stock trailer. It wasn't super wide.
Or tall.
Or tall. But you had to load in this. Well, due to everybody loading and unloading, over time, the shavings got strung out on the ground. And as we referenced before, Casey was number 46 to go. So due to being so low on the list, the ground was pretty much white with shavings right at the back of the trailer. And she just kind of looked at that, and she was just real curious. But then she went ahead and went in the trailer and loaded for you and unloaded really nice. It was really good. And you did forget one thing that you almost did forget. And before she picked up the feet, you have to back your horse.
Yeah.
So you trot up and you stop, then you back your horse and then pick up 4 feet. And she said she almost forgot to back.
I did. I was I had even dropped my lead rope getting ready to pick up her feet. And I was like, because my nerves had already gotten to me from the barrel, her kind of leaving. And then that whenever we were trotting up there and she was like, trailer, what is, shavings, what is that? And so my nerves was a little on edge, and I was like, crap, no, back up. So I picked the lead rope back up, and backing we did. I don't know how that works and if that'll be counted against me. But I didn't do anything. Like I didn't start another maneuver before I backed. So I hope that it won't hurt me too bad. Yeah,
we'll have to look at the judges' cards. I'm sure we'll get to see them. You think it'll be this evening or tomorrow?
I think we'll have to go to the show office, but I bet it'll be tomorrow.
Before they release those. All right. And then, so right now, basically what we've done is we've taken a lunch break and got our bellies full. And we're just sitting here in the tack stall. And I'm sure there's a ton of outside noise right now. I don't know how much of it I can take care of in post-editing, but If I can't, that's fine. We're at a horse show.
Yeah.
You'll understand that very quick when you hear the horses nickering and the announcer speaking in the background.
Ambiance.
Yes. So the plan this afternoon, what are we going to do this afternoon?
I am going to get on Sandy. I'm going to ride around just a little bit, ride around these barns, warm her up in the outdoor, because I don't think, we talked earlier, I don't think that we'll be able to get to the indoor due to the youth handling class going on right now. But warm her up in the outdoor, work on those transitions. Like, what I'm worried about is going up to scale, coming down the scale,
Right.
and being able to stay on the rail.
Right.
And so that will be what this afternoon consists of, and I don't want to give her time to freshen back up before the class.
Right.
Like I want to get her thinking, get her good, and then be able to go in and show.
Yeah, and keep in mind, folks, this is like a 90-day colt.
Yeah.
I mean, pretty much what you're looking at. 90-day colt, and then we go show it.
Yes.
And and on top of that, it's a Mustang, it's a mare, and it's aged at 7 years old. So it's no easy task at all.
And something, Sandy's not handled it bad, but you think about these 90-day colts that have never, you get them out of the wild, or they get them out of the wild, and we get them out of the holding pen, which the holding pen is hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of acres. And then I'm looking around, and these horses are now in 12 by 12 stalls. With, good, shavings and all of that, but still, I think it's pretty awesome just to think about these horses being able to behave themselves in this type of environment at all, with people running around, people putting their hands in the stalls and
Yes.
all of that. So
A lot going on.
a lot going on. Yes.
The climate-controlled Coliseum.
Yes.
And it is very cold in there.
Yes.
I think everybody that's came with our crew has bought a sweatshirt
Yes.
at the vendors
Yes.
up there. But
I think also, like, going back to, they're out on hundreds of acres to these little stalls, you guys show individually, so you're not going in there in groups, but out in the practice pens, there's several horses out there all together. So even though your horse may be fine, something over here is spooking off the rail, or this one, maybe it kicks out, or maybe that one decides something's going to eat it. And this horses feed off of that, of whatever else is out there in that herd at that moment. And that takes, that's adding a whole nother dynamic to where you thought your horse was and you were ready, and then all of a sudden the wheels are falling off in the corner, and maybe here's this horse, coming sideways at you, or it's all unintentional, but there's only so many aspects of this you can control, and then there's a little bit.
Or you can recreate.
Yeah, you can't really recreate that. This one's going to come bucking out of left field or something.
Yeah.
Heaven forbid, but I show a 5-year-old that, would have definitely peaked at a lot of things in that in-hand class this morning. And she's been ridden every day for 2 years. And I know she would not have probably been as willing about some things as Sandy was. I thought I was personally rather impressed with her, with any of them that have had 100 days. And here they are hauled across the country going in there and doing this. But
It's definitely a lot.
it's a lot.
It is a lot. Well, we are probably going to cut this one short, and we will probably add on. We're going to try to come back tomorrow and give you an update on how this evening went with the maneuvers class. And then we may even, when we meet with you again, we may even have the results of the in-hand class, maneuvers class, and it may be after trail when we sit down again. But we'll try to sit down and give you guys another update on what's going on. We're recording a little bit of footage, not a lot, but there may be a little bit that we loop back in on this that you guys can watch. But anyway, well, we're going to get after it and get off here, and we will be back in touch probably tomorrow, which will be Friday.